Here's how to remake Kick Out on FL Studio. Now this song was produced by Ozzy, T Minus and Sean Mombinger. The key is E minor and the BPM is 140 and then it switches to 170. Step 1. The melodies. Now this song is split up into two beats. The first beat features a sample, a synth and a piano for the melodies, and the second beat uses a bass and a synth and a string. Now starting off here with the first beat, the sample is called Pixel Grip and it has been pitched up 2 semitones and has just been chopped at the first section. This is then repeated and boosted in the low frequencies to get this. Secondly, there is a synth used. I've gone onto Analog Lab and found a very similar preset. Put these notes in. If you're wondering why the notes are very small, it's because it's got a big decay on the preset I've used. Here's what it sounds like. And finally, there is a piano used. I've got an earth piano here, picked a very soft piano, put a bit of reverb on it. And there's 2 patterns, and it plays when the sample is also cut down and used a high pass filter on the sample. Here's what it sounds like. Then moving on to the second beat. Firstly, let's start off with the bass. It just follows this 3-note progression. I've used a Wonder Girl sub here, and it sounds like this. Then finally, the hardest bit of the remake was this part, which is the second melody. It is a synth from Juno 106, where I've changed the attack and layered it with some SRX strings. This is actually very similar. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually used this Juno 106 preset, and here's what it sounds like. And once you got all them, here's what all the melodies sound like together. Step 2. The drums. Now moving on to the drums here, again it's very simple. For the first beat you've got a kick, hi-hat and a snare. These are the identical samples here on screen. You put these patterns in. And then for the second beat you've got the same kick, hi-hat, snare, but a different snare layered below with a counter snare, and then also a perk and an open hat. Again, put these patterns in and here's what the drums should sound like. Step 3. Mixing and mastering. Now finally, to complete Kick Out, there's just a bit of mixing and mastering that we need to do. Mainly to do with that first sample, boosting the bass frequencies. I put a bass boost automation and also a ozone equalizer automation. Also I've got some automation in for when the sample kind of goes into a high pass filter and it cuts out all the high frequencies when the piano's playing. And then additionally there's some tempo automation for when the obviously beats change tempo. And then a bit of a cut off on the synth so it doesn't leak through to the second beat. And then finally just some standard boosts, EQs on the drums, etc. You should get a beat like this. Thanks for watching, check out the FLP in the description.